It's NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. From State Farm Arena, tonight it's the Atlanta Hawks taking on the Philadelphia 76ers. The opening tip corralled by the Hawks. They've got it first as we're underway in Atlanta. Ben Simmons tips it.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Cruises inside for two.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Jay, I'm going to say that you don't know this, but since...
Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Trying to cash in, missed it. Not much more you can ask for from the defense there. Another shot won't go either.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time.
Has a look. Can't connect.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning the ankle on that landing.
Oh, Ben Simmons. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
T to Capella and stuffs it home.
And no emotion, just that ice-cold stare. That's a sign of somebody who's here to compete.
To Horford.
How's your evening going?
Rebound claimed by the Hawks. Parker to Teague. Lobs it up. Harris. Oh, he's denied.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Hawks have it. Parker to Teague. Trae Young to Parker. Oh, lots of contact there. Still gets it to go.
I was expecting the dish there, but way to fake that one and lay that one in.
In the front court comes Simmons. Looking to make something happen. Drive here, but the shot stays out. Teague. Doesn't have the touch. No good. To Tobias Harris. And he's fouled. A trip to the line coming up.
Trust me, you want to avoid early foul trouble. Take that one as a warning.
Tobias Harris has got 2 shots coming. A career 81% free throw shooter. And hits the first free throw.
Good shot.
And gets both to drop at the line. Teague with it up top. Down 2.
I got him.
Parker to Teague. Down to Labissiere. In the slam.
An easy 2. Get back on defense.
Oh, Ben Simmons. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
As a rookie last year, Ben Simmons averaged 16 points a game and posted 12 triple-doubles, the second most by any rookie in NBA history. Or was last year really his rookie year? We can debate that one later.
Whoa! Get that out of here. Message sent, Jay. count the basket inside.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Simmons to Embiid. Clint Capella snatching it out of the air. That'll get out. Last touch by Capella. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes.
Subbing in for the Hawks, number 12, Evan Turner.
No good, but 2 shots coming up for Joel Embiid.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let them know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
Joel Embiid, couple of free throws on the way. For his career, 77% at the line. Knocks down the first. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. And counted at the rim.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Joel Embiid. First couple didn't go. That one is true.
Let me tell you something that nobody will ever talk about. Did you see him slow down right before he was about to go up? That slow change of speed, that slight change was just enough to throw the defender off.
Here comes the screen. Shot clock, it's coming down to 4. Now down to 3. He was hacked. They let it go. Embiid. Had a good look there, but it's no good.
It's because he took his eye off his target, Ed. As an offensive player, you have to glare at where the defender's coming to, but quickly redirect yourself to your actual target. He was more consumed with the defender than he was the actual rim.
Trae Young, down low Capella. Joel Embiid, huge block. Burke with it, counting down towards 1 minute to play here in the opening quarter. And Josh Richardson, zero hesitation on that one. Buries the 3.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose the dagger with the 3.
To Trae Young. That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by a Hawk. Some lineup changes now for both clubs.
Number 22, Glenn Robinson. Subbing in for the Atlanta Hawks, number 0.
Burke with it, up 5. Embiid. Beyond the arc for 3. Message received. Well defended. Teague with the basketball. 5-point game. Fires the 3. Sixers able to clear the rebound. Burke with it. Shot clock turned off as they get a chance to build their lead. Short jumper stays out. Jeff Teague. 2 for 3 now here in the first. Deep 3 at the buzzer. That ends the first quarter. The 76ers have the lead. second quarter set to start. This is what we like. This game is certainly in the balance.
Both teams are trying to feel each other out, but I like the aggression that both teams established in the first quarter. This is the first quarter league. The way you play in the opening minutes really sets the tone for the rest of the game.
To Teague. To Kevin Huerter. Teague. Short jumper won't fall. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Simmons with it. Leads 3. Oh, Ben Simmons. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
I know this for a fact, Ed. Ben Simmons wanted to channel his inner Bill Russell during the NBA awards as he stood up on that stage accepting that Rookie of the Year trophy, looking down at all the people that hated on him and didn't think that after a year of being injured that he can come back and be the one that everybody thought he could be. One of only 7 players in NBA history to lead his team to 50-plus wins while accepting the Rookie of the Year trophy.
Teague with it up top. Down just a couple. Nice pass to set things up. Nene with the dunk.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
Number 0,
Hi.
Jeff Teague rejects it.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Parker with it. He'll run the offense. Jabari Parker rocking the rim.
I see this happen so much in the game. Just because a guy beats you off the dribble doesn't mean that you need to quit on the play. Stay in there, continue to be physical, even if you're behind the play.
Here's Atlanta with the basketball. Teague, a shot, no good.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot. Oh, he sent that one to the third row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Joel Embiid sends it away.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
John Collins with a piece.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Throws it down.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
We have both squads set to make some moves right now.
into the game for the Atlanta Hawks. Number 11,
To Tobias Harris from long range.
to number 0, Jeff Teague. That's his second.
Tobias Harris. He's going to get 3 shots here. He's perfect from the line so far. Off the mark on the first free throw. Hits the second. One more coming.
For Philadelphia, number 25, Ben Simmons.
Teague with the basketball. Leads a bucket. To Trae Young. Has a chance. Parker can't connect.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Al Horford snares the rebound. It goes down.
Ooh, he teased me a little bit right there, but see, I like that. That's called a great entertainer, always leaving me on the edge of my seat.
Passed it off. Jeff Teague, nice work.
I don't know if a body on him would have prevented that bucket, but it at least would have let him know that you were there.
Simmons to the basket, but his shot stays out. Trae Young to Parker. Nothing going here on that drive. Parker. Joel Embiid with the block.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Trae Young. Trying to cash in, and he buries it.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Sixers have the basketball. Harris to Embiid. The jumper's off the mark. Parker into the front court. Lead is 2. Here comes the screen. Parker. 5 on the shot clock. Has a look. Almost, but no good.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contests the shots, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
Leaving no doubt. Slams it down.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
To Embiid. Nice pass to set things up.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Here's Atlanta. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. It's good for 3.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Simmons to Richardson. For 3. Smothering D. To Parker. From the painted area, won't go down. Richardson. That's how you defend.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
He takes it right at them and scores. You have to fill in there. Just inside the arc, at the buzzer. That's it for the first half. The Hawks with the lead.
Thanks, fellas. Jalen here with your halftime report. The Hawks entered halftime with a solid lead. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the Atlanta Hawks. The 76ers are in need of some changes at the half. They've been scrappy, doing their best to be competitive. We'll see if their efforts are more rewarded in the second half. Have a look at the leading scores for the Philadelphia 76ers.
Game track. Bench points.
The Philadelphia 76ers were not given a chance to relax in that opening half. Even when the starters were on the bench, the reserves were maintaining the lead and earning their playing time.
Player of the half.
Young did a great job of reading the defense and exploiting the opportunities where he can make the most damage. He's definitely feeling it. Here we go with the top 3 plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
And with that, I'm sending it back to Ed and Jay to bring you the rest of the game.
It's in the hands of Philadelphia. Simmons to Embiid. Clint Capella sends it away.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Can't miss those.
So many teams just try to beat you with their offense. Well, your offense can only take you so far. The one thing that's supposed to travel, whether you're home or away, is your defense. That's your staple.
Number 42, Al Horford.
Trae Young to Teague. Goes to the right side. Clint Capella. Consistent effort. He's at 50%.
Underutilized, underutilized, underutilized. Am I getting my point across? Let's see more of that.
And a throwdown.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
To Trae Young. Fires the 3, buries the 3. He's too good to leave that open.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
Harris to Embiid. Clint Capella pins it. That's his 3rd block this evening.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
T. Short jumper misses.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
Runner's good there.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Joel Embiid swats it.
That kid can block out the sun, man.
And scores.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
It's the Hawks with the basketball. To Teague. Screen coming. Trae Young has a chance. Wide open look, won't go. Simmons with it. His club's staring up at an 8-point deficit. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defenders. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Ben Simmons at the line for a chance at a three-point play. 56% for his career. Free throw good to finish off the three-point play. It's back to a 5-point game. Hawks with the basketball. Trae Young. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Simmons into the front court. His guys down by 9. Runner here won't go down.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face.
Leaves his man in the dust and finishes at the rim.
Man, he's got the defender out there tap dancing like that on national TV. That's not a good sign.
Nice pass to get things going.
It's really a dope thing when passing becomes infectious. But don't become overly passive. Still take your shots when they're there.
To Parker. Here comes the screen. Parker. Deep left corner. Trying to cash in. It's good. If you don't stand in his way, he's going to make you pay.
You know what I like about this pass play? Instead of putting his head down and forcing the action, he patiently waited for the play to develop.
New blood coming in for both sides. Up 5 seconds. Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Trae Young. Can't connect from in close. To Tobias Harris. No, I missed a short one there. It's Atlanta ball. Trae Young. Screen coming. Trae Young down low for Len. Al Horford able to recover with the block.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Almost unlucky bounce. Trae Young to Kevin Huerter. Jumper's good.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Here's a chance from long range. Here's Simmons with it up top. The deficit now up to 13. Joel Embiid, 4 out of 10.
There's some players out there that like the freedom of space, and then we have the anomalies. We have the players who feel comfortable being uncomfortable, and almost the physicality of the game centers them and puts them right on balance every time.
Here comes the screen. The Hawks with 4 to shoot. Lets it fly from long range. Trae Young bothered just enough there. Cashes in for 2. He'll let one fly from half court. The quarter comes to an end. The Hawks with the lead. Hawks with the basketball to start this 4th quarter. They have clearly been the better side so far. Jay, that's reflected on the scoreboard.
Well, the cardinal rule in the game of sport is whenever you go into the 4th quarter, it's 0-0. You have to play the game with the scoreboard saying 0-0. And if you can win that game by double digits, then you've done your job in the 4th.
Substitution being made in this one. Richardson to Simmons. Hawks have it. Trae Young. Takes stock of the floor. Has a look. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
Old school equals high percentage.
Into the front court comes Simmons. His guys trail by 13. Shot from the lane won't go.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
Shot by Parker, no good. Embiid to Richardson. Nothing going here on that drive. Richardson to Simmons. Driving right to the basket. He wants it at the rim and scores.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Trae Young. To Parker. Al Horford tips it.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Able to convert inside.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball. But sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Time to shuffle things up. Ben Simmons trying to cash in on the three-point play. Hasn't missed yet. Free throw good as he finishes off the three-point play. That shaves the deficit down to 10. Teague with it up top. He'll run the offense. Parker to Teague. To Parker. Screen coming. 4-3. Herter can't connect that time. To Tobias Harris. And 2 points to the board.
Here's a tip for your defense. You can't give him that much space. You have to push up into his personal space and make him play the majority of the possessions with his back to the basket. Because if you allow him to open up, there's no stopping him.
To Parker. Five to shoot for Atlanta. To Kevin Huerter. Has a chance. Deep two there. Won't go. The follow won't go either. Simmons to Tobias Harris. And now he's going to shoot a few more as he's fouled going up for it.
And as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
First one, count it.
Substitutions, Atlanta.
And he makes them both. Here's Atlanta with the basketball. To Trae Young. Gets it down to Capella. Rocking the rim.
You know, from a point guard perspective,
How do
one
you
of the
get
things that
updated
I've learned
roster
when I
on
played in the
Eco?
league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do.
Tough make through traffic.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Baseline drive, but he can't finish.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side.
Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now.
Great anticipation. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
I don't think these kind of shots are tough for Trae Young. You see, he's always been the smallest guy on the court, so he's had to finish through the trees. He's a lot tougher than he gets credit for.
Right down Broadway for the 2. Defender has to pick him up.
Might have had an extra dribble or 2 there, but he got the shot he wanted.
T to Capella. Stuffs it down with authority.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. To Capella. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
No good. Horford. They go down low to Simmons. The pass set it all up.
There's no better feeling after a game after you had 25+ assists and you won the game and everybody recognizes that it's time for their bank accounts to get rewarded.
To Parker. Nothing going here on that drive. Trae Young to Parker. Doesn't have the touch. No good. Josh Richardson. He engulfed him that time.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Now a whistle and a timeout for Philadelphia. But this game's in the balance, and time is of the essence. Simmons to Richardson. Going to launch beyond the arc. And Josh Richardson, tough make there. Knocks it down with the defender all over him.
Man, you making people dance out there? I see you with the footwork.
Here's Atlanta. The Hawks with 4 to shoot. Shot clock violation. The Hawks are victorious as they take care of business at home. That does it. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
Hey, everyone. It's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Hawks got the win in a nail-biter. The statistic that seems to stand out in 3D is their assists. So many of their points were made possible by their team chemistry, and it was great to see. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Atlanta Hawks. The 76ers just couldn't close this one out. Chemistry was clearly not the issue today because they were definitely sharing the ball well. Still, everyone knows they'd rather be sharing the joy of a victory. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Philadelphia 76ers.
Game track. Field goals.
This was a matchup in which solid shooting was prominently on display. I definitely enjoyed it. Like I'm loving enjoying all of these highlights right now. Great job of effective, efficient scoring from these squads.
Player of the game.
Young played the role of facilitator today, and no one is more happy than his teammates. We got our top 3 plays for you. Check them out.
Number 2. Number 1.
This is what the future holds for the Atlanta Hawks. And that does it for our post-game wrap-up. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. Thanks for joining us.